The CityCast Philly team is here with me breaking down all the fun for November. There's parades, community cumbia lessons, places to volunteer, an exhibit exploring death at the library. It's Monday, November 3rd. I'm Trinae Nuri, and here's what Philly's doing in November. Welcome to CityCast Philly. Joining me for this episode is executive producer Matt Katz. Hey, Matt.
What's up, Trinae? What's up, guys?
Hey, and joining us as well is our producer, Abby Fritz. Hey, Abby.
Happy November, everyone.
Happy November. And our Hey Philly newsletter editor, Siani Colon. Hey, Siani.
Hi, everybody.
We're so excited that you're listening to the CityCast Philly podcast because we are a daily news and culture show that keeps you up to date on what everyone's talking about in the city. We also are the team behind the Hey Philly newsletter, which is a daily listings of events and articles that are relevant to your life here in Philly. So there is a link to subscribe to the pod and the newsletter in our show notes under today's episode.
And if you'd like to become a CityCast Philly neighbor, it comes with all kinds of perks and also a lot of advanced information about events that are coming up, which is what we're going to be talking about in today's show. Go to membership.citycast.fm.
All right, thanks, Matt. So let's get into some activities. We've got food recommendations, free stuff to do, and how we can actually get more civically engaged in the city this November. Siani, kick us off. What are you doing in November?
I'm so excited to see the Peoplehood Parade in West Philly. Have any of you guys gone before?
No,
I haven't.
I've never heard of it.
I never even heard of this.
Yeah, what is it?
It's really cool. It's organized by Spiral Q. You may be familiar with their work if you remember the protests back during the 2020 election with the mail-in ballots at the convention center. And there was people like dressed as dancing mailboxes outside. So a lot of the puppets is what they're really known for. So if you're in West Philly, it's likely you're already familiar with this event. It's basically a celebration of artistry, solidarity, justice movements, and community in Philadelphia. And you have the puppets, a range of them, live music, drumming, and it's just one big party to just celebrate what community is all about. And this year is actually their 25th anniversary. So the parade is going to be a big one, and folks will be marching on Saturday, November 8th at 1 p.m. If it's raining, then I'll be pushed back to November 15th, and the route will go from the Paul Robeson House all the way to Clark Park. So definitely recommend if you're looking for a non-traditional parade that is really of the people.
Are the floats like political, or is there like social, cultural commentary? Is that the sort of the theme to a lot of them?
Yeah, it's definitely a mix. I believe it's seeing groups like Philly Thrive participating. It's a lot of, like justice movement, nonprofit organizations, what has a social mission to them. They're definitely out there just showing like why they're invested in a community. But it's a bunch of different groups, individuals who are participating, and they've been working on these things for weeks, for months. So you're going to see the fruits of that labor on the 8th.
It's probably some bizarre stuff, too.
Oh, absolutely. It wouldn't be Philly without.
Speaking of art, guys, I finally got to the Calder Gardens on the Parkway this past month. This is the new museum garden experience. It was so great. It's all dedicated to Alexander Calder's work. He basically invented the mobile. It's almost like a museum light experience. It took like less than an hour to go through, but it really kind of whet my appetite for more art. So this month, I was planning to go across the street to the Barnes Foundation. They actually are operating the Calder Gardens, but they're obviously their own museum. And the Barnes Foundation is not museum light. That is museum heavy. I mean, there is so much stuff in there to see. And through February, the Barnes has a exhibit on Henry Rousseau, 19th century French artist who, according to the Barnes, quote, defied the odds to become a cult figure to avant-garde legends such as Pablo Picasso His paintings, dreamlike, symbolic, and deeply strange, range from imaginative visions of the jungle to portraits that capture his neighbors and loved ones. So, Barnes, you had me at deeply strange. I'm in. It's the first Rousseau exhibition in the U.S. in decades. You got to reserve tickets in advance. The Barnes is among the coolest buildings in the city and the most spectacular among the most spectacular art collections in the world. It really is truly something. The exhibit on Rousseau is on through February. Tickets are $30 for adults, 12 and under are free, and your ticket is good for 2 days. So maybe you have someone coming in town, you get the Barnes ticket, you check out a little Barnes, you go across the streets of the Calder Gardens, and then you go back to the Barnes the next day. Just an idea. But definitely tickets in advance. You can't really roll up and just walk in.
I remember learning about Henry Rousseau in AP European History, so shout out.
Same. Oh my God, you took AP European History too?
Yeah.
So
Me
did I.
too.
So did I. I don't remember learning about Rousseau. Do you guys remember any facts about Rousseau?
I remember the name.
Need a refresher. Have to go to the exhibit.
Well, what you got going on, Abby?
I've been wanting to also check out some art, but maybe a little different type of art. I want to go up to Umbria Arts over in Manayunk. It used to exclusively be a woodworking showroom, so they'd make like a lot of furniture, and they have a lot of like beautiful wood that you can choose from. But it's expanded to also include a bookstore called Tomorrow Today. And they're really like upping their programming to be more of a community space and a place where people can gather beyond, looking at this wood art and furniture. So I'm going to try and check them out on the 9th for this series called Salamander Sundays that they are putting on, which I love this name. I always have trouble finding like chill, relaxing events on Sundays. And this one will include coffee, bagels, books, and vinyls, playing music the whole time. It's meant to help you ease into the week and do something relaxing, but still, fun on a chill Sunday.
Okay, this actually also reminded me that November is craft month here in the city. And there are month-long activities like crafting events throughout the city that you might want to check out too. So check out craftnowphila.org, Abby, if you want to find more stuff to do.
Oh, definitely will. On it.
And especially on Sundays. I love that you said that. Like it is sometimes a little hard to find activities on Sundays. It's just like everyone's just eating brunch.
Yeah, everybody packed it in on Saturday, so less love for Sundays.
Yeah. Well, I am actually thinking of checking off a bucket list item.
Ooh.
And that is to learn how to golf. So my kids are really involved in sports, and sometimes that requires driving to different sports facilities in and out of Philadelphia. And as I'm going to these places, I'm actually looking out the window and I'm like, wow, there's like tons of golf courses in the Philly region. And I feel like I want to shout out the golf community. So I looked up Walnut Lane Golf. They have individual lessons and they range from 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour. And I feel like the prices are pretty reasonable because I think golf could be like a really kind of like expensive sport to do.
It's like the most expensive, I feel like.
Yeah. So the 30-minute classes are individual lessons for $50. 45 minutes is $65, and a 1-hour individual lesson is $80. Now, if you bring a group of 3 or more of you, you can get 1 hour, $35 per person.
That's a great deal.
That's pretty good.
But that's a cool resource, though, because the only type of golfing I've done have just been mini golf, top golf, the golf simulators, everything but being in a real golf course that isn't for a wedding.
It's also in the city. It's pretty cool that there's an actual legit golf course in the city limits. I did go there, I think 15 years ago, but I don't remember anything other than tooling around in the golf cart. It was my only time ever golfing, and I was bad at it.
All right, all these activities are making me hungry. So, what is on your food list this month, Matt?
All right, I got a food activity. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
good. I am finally going to do a tiny table tour of the Italian market. I feel like I already know and love the Italian market, but the Beyond the Italian Market tour is supposed to be really interesting, really delicious. So we have a friend coming in from Chicago. I got to shout out Aaron because he's a CityCast Chicago neighbor. So Aaron and my wife and I will be going with our friends Val and Everett. And the way it works is you get 3 hours, and there is a visit to an Italian bakery, a Vietnamese bakery, Mexican restaurant, a Jewish specialty food store, and then you top it all off with a glass of wine. And I love how it exposes visitors, Philadelphians, whoever goes on these tours, to the fact that the Italian market is not just Italian anymore, right? And it is still a total foodie gem. And look forward to experience all these different kinds of cuisine and also the history behind some of these iconic spots. The operator of Tiny Table Tours is Maddie Schweitzer LeMay, a food journalist who has been a guest. She's been your guest several times on the show.
Yes. Shout out to Maddie. Hey, Maddie.
So we know what she's talking about. She actually is a reporter. She is not going to give you, those sort of BS stories about how the cheesesteak came to be. She's going to tell you the real deal. So I'm really looking forward to that. She was actually on our show last year talking about the best restaurants open on Thanksgiving, which might still be a very relevant show that people can check back on. You have to sign up online in advance for these tours, and they're $95 per person, and the groups are maxed out at 10. So if you get a large group, it could just be you guys. If you want to go on your own, you can do that too.
Great idea for visiting friends and family.
Okay, speaking of Thanksgiving, I am laser focused on it. I have so much to be thankful for this year. And I just want to give thanks. And I can't wait to bring back some family traditions and visit friends and family during the holiday. Guys, if you are downtown checking out the 106th annual Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day Parade along the Parkway, which starts at 8:30, how about this? Skip all the Thanksgiving cooking and just relax and enjoy a hassle-free luxury Thanksgiving experience. I'm going to take you down to Bank and Bourbon. This is the restaurant located in the Lowe's Hotel on 1200 Market Street. You probably walk past it all the time. They're offering their annual turkey dinner experience. So you go to the parade around 8:30. Reservations are available from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So you got plenty of time. $110 per adult, $35 additional dollars for a wine pairing. And for kids 12 and under, they are charging them $30 per child.
That's not bad. My kid can eat more than $30 of turkey and stuffing.
Well, let me tell you, like, I feel like it's a good price, okay? Now listen to this. They have carving stations, plural, okay? Pastrami smoke prime rib.
Damn.
I never had that for Thanksgiving. My mom and grandma only gave me a turkey. Classic roasted turkey, maple glazed spiral ham, classic, and herb crusted king salmon. What?
So good.
Okay, that's just the carving stations. Okay. Then they've got charcuterie boards, seafood stations, a cheese display, dips and sides. The dessert list, okay, is insane. And I'm talking chocolate bourbon pecan pie, assorted cupcakes, cheesecakes, my favorite, and a very impressive selection of gluten-free options as well.
Wow.
I know.
I'm putting the yams back. We're going to this.
This is the opposite Philadelphia Thanksgiving experience from getting a gobbler shorty at Wawa.
First of all,
The
that
other
gobbler
extreme
is
end.
good. I had it for the first time recently. It is very
It's legit.
tasty.
Yeah.
But the cranberry sauce is a little too sweet for me.
Oh, I wanted more cranberry sauce. I might get extra next time.
And if you want an additional luxury Thanksgiving experience, Assembly Rooftop right on Logan Square, they're going to have a Thanksgiving Day Parade brunch party. So you can see the parade passing by right down below while also enjoying a luxurious brunch.
And by the way, oldest Thanksgiving Day parade in the country. And if you don't want to go out, you could just watch it on 6ABC.
So don't put on that Macy's parade. We don't need to give New York the numbers. We're the first ones.
Well, during the holiday season, I'm always on baking duty.
You're a good baker, though.
Yeah, I've mentioned before, I love to bake, and my whole family knows it. I'm always the one on the list written down for the pumpkin pies or whatever people are wanting, which means I don't have a lot of time to bake for pleasure during this month because I'm just anticipating the big baking push in late November or December. But I still want some sweets. So I'm just going to head over to West Mount Airy to buy some for myself so I don't have to bake them.
Hassle-free.
Hassle-free, exactly. Downtime Bakery is a really cute bakery out in West Mount Airy. I really want to try some of their stuff. I was looking at their Instagram page. They have apple turnovers right now. They have rosemary scones with a maple glaze, and they're also known for their bread. So anything I could want, it'll be there. And I found them actually through this cool event they've been putting on for the past couple months called Baker's Hang, which is where bakers of any experience level get together. Maybe you bring a baked good, maybe you bring a little drink or a bottle, and you just hang out and talk about baking together. The last time they did one was in September, and I missed it. It was over at the Bach Building at Two Persons, the coffee shop. So I'm really hoping they hold another one. But they also do a lot of cool programming. So last month they did nighttime at Downtime, where they opened up the bakery late for an event. It was a book signing. So I'm hoping they'll do something cool this month, and I'm going to keep an eye on their socials so I can check out whatever they got going on.
This sounds like a really cool, like, Friendsgiving type of thing.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah. Meet up and hang out at the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to bring any baked goods for your beloved colleagues?
My favorite thing to make during this time of year is a maple snacking cake. So maybe next time we all hang out, I can bring that. It pairs really well with coffee, which we always tend to be drinking. So
We do love our coffee. Nice.
what about you, Siani? What are you eating this month?
Before we feast at Thanksgiving, there is another feast to definitely attend. I've been trying to eat my way through this city. So this month, my focus is on Fairmount. Parked Abroad is spotlighting its hyperlocal restaurant scene through Taste of Fairmount. So at this event, you could try different dishes and drinks from the neighborhood's top chefs, and you get to vote on your favorite. The experience will be at Girard College on November 20th from 6 to 9. Tickets are $90 starting, and proceeds from the tickets will go towards Parked Abroad's new small business fund to distribute grants to businesses in need. So you get to eat well, support the local food scene, and pay it forward.
I love when Philly supports Philly. All right, let's keep talking about this after the break. Filler Club is Philadelphia's best kept secret. It's the only place in the city where you can work out, and socialize all under one roof. Right in the heart of Philly, across from 30th Street Station, Filler Club is a private membership club built for modern city life. With multiple co-working spaces, more than 50 businesses on site, and a state-of-the-art fitness center featuring 2 full floors, personal training, an indoor pool, golf simulators, and even a cold plunge. You'll find everything you need to thrive. Visit fillerclub.com to learn more and apply to become a member. Discover why Filler Club is Philadelphia's best kept secret for work, wellness, and connection. We kind of listed some kind of pricier things for places to eat. Let's try to talk about some free things to do in November.
Yeah, y'all know I love free dance classes. So my friend has been going to the free cumbia dance classes with Gabe Unidos, and she has been trying to drag me out to them. And I'm gonna go. It sounds like so much fun. Gabe Unidos, he teaches a lot of cumbia classes in the city, and he's also a self-proclaimed community barber. He holds events for houseless folks to give free haircuts. So he's very active in the city. So cumbia is a dance style that has origins in Colombia. Every Monday, he teaches a class at Capitola Playground. There's like an indoor space there for the colder months. I know in the summer he was holding them outside, and it's in South Philly, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. All ages and all experience welcome. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of people come out to them from the photos I've seen. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to learning a new dance style.
I will travel to South Philly for this.
Yeah.
This sounds so cool.
I can definitely not recommend more going to a cumbia night. It is so fun. And once you get a hang of it, like I know I definitely need to go to one of these lessons because it's been a while, but it's pretty easy to pick up once you get in the groove and just not get in your head about it. So, I mean, Latin dance is really having a moment in Philly, so definitely try the different dances for sure.
And I love that it's on a Monday. It kind of will take away, your Monday blues, you know what I mean? And kind of get you into Tuesday and Wednesday.
I was going to say, well, speaking of the blues, this event might sound a little bit morbid, but bear with me. With Halloween just coming to a close and Dia de los Muertos also in November, I've been meaning to check out the free libraries or not to be exhibit. If you remember your Shakespeare from high school, referencing Hamlet, this exhibit explores death from different cultural perspectives, and it's a cool way to see all these different items from the library's various special collections. Because this is a sensitive topic, the library will have resources available, if anything is triggering, and also preparing people. They have estate planning available. So it's educational in every which way. And it's a great way to just continue to see everything that the library has to offer. Don't forget to borrow a book while you're there and take advantage of being in the Logan Square area. So maybe after you go to Calder Gardens and the Barnes, like Matt mentioned earlier, stop by the library, grab a book, and visit some of its exhibits.
Okay, so this sounds like a sort of like therapy, like a healing experience too in some ways, because it seems like they're trying to like take away the anxiety around death.
Yeah, and just taking away the stigma, just like people, it's interesting with death culture in America, sometimes a little bit too shy to talk about it, which I think is why people have been embracing cultural traditions like Dia de los Muertos. So just really opening up those conversations and not being afraid to talk about it.
Yeah. And I think sometimes the holidays can be hard for people, if you've lost family members. So like learning about grief in different ways is also, I think, positive.
That's such a great point, Abby. I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay. Well, I recently came across maybe like a new cultural celebration of sorts. There's a woman named Rachel Robbins. She's from South Philly, mother of two. She has organized a community scream event. Okay.
You said scream, right? Not scream.
Scream. Like,
got it.
This is a way for parents or those who are raising children and just stressed to vent and build community. So in September, Rachel and about like 8 other mothers met up at Pier 53 along the Delaware River and screamed.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I signed up for like they've got this like parent survey and I signed up. I'm trying to stay connected with Rachel so I can figure out if they're going to have another one in November because this sounds therapeutic.
Would you do a low scream or a high pitch? What do you imagine? Or are you not going to think about it beforehand? Just let it roll out.
Well, that's interesting, Matt, because I'm very conscious of when I cheer for Eagles games. I'm very conscious of when I cheer for my son's football games as to not like, I'm like, oh crap, I got to actually use my voice for my career.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
it's
gotta
your moneymaker. You can't destroy that. Yeah.
Right. So Let's see. Should I do a uh, I don't know. I guess it depends on how stressed I am.
It's going to feel so good no matter what you do.
Just that scream I did right there felt good.
And this is not for parents who are just screaming normally at their kids to get their shoes on and go to school.
And get out the
late.
door for the day. Yeah.
It's just for, you're not bringing your kids to this event. You're leaving your kids and you're going to this to deal with the stresses of parenting. Brilliant. I love it.
How much does sound travel across the river? I was sort of Camden's like, what is going on over
Right.
there?
I was like, it's Camden's problem at this point. Okay, Matt, what are you doing?
I'm almost hesitant to bring this up because I don't want it to get too crowded, but most Tuesday evenings, I've been going to Iffy Books, which is this tiny little bookstore, sort of on the border of Fiddler Square, Rittenhouse, Graduate Hospital. And they have what's called the writing room for people who are working on writing projects of any kind. And you go in, you don't pay a thing, you sit at these folding tables and you just write for 2.5 hours. There's a break every 45 minutes or so to chat with the person next to you, to, just introduce yourself or talk about what you're working on. It is, first of all, just inspirational to be around people who are writing, who are doing the same thing you're doing. I've been working on a writing project. I've been writing a book, and it has been my most productive time of the week is to sit there with strangers and just work and put my head down and work. I know if I lean back and open Instagram, I self-conscious about it because I shouldn't be procrastinating. I need to be working like everybody else is. And then it's just so cool to talk during the breaks for a few minutes to hear about the various projects that people have going on. I mean, people are writing screenplays, they're writing short stories that they started in college and are picking back up. They're working on their graduate school theses. There's this guy, Jim, who's compiling all of his journals from 1973 into a sort of a narrative form. I love it there. And it's just totally motivating. And it's from 5 to 7:30 on Tuesdays. You don't need to register, but it's a tiny space. So you want to get there in time before it fills up because sometimes it really does fill up.
I want to also double the shout out on Iffy because I was there recently for a workshop on how to make your own website on NeoCities. So if you remember GeoCities, people kind of brought it back in this new iteration. So they kind of taught us how to deal with the HTML and walkthrough, and that was all donation based. So there's a lot of different programming to really just help educate you and just equip you with the tools to do all these different things. And even just their selection of books, I picked up a book on just how to preserve different things from clothing to your plumbing, what have you. So definitely a resource to check out, whether it's for their workshops or their books.
Guys, this just sounds so cool. I'm looking at their website now.
Yeah, they have stuff every day, and it is definitely stuff you would never find anywhere else, these events.
I think it's so important, too, because we just had daylight savings and it's getting darker. Some people go through seasonal depression. And I feel like this is another great community that you can get yourself involved in and just get through these winter blues and also be creative. This is amazing. Speaking of ways to get creative and inspired, let's talk about ways that we're actually going to get civically engaged in Philly this month. Abby, what do you have on your list?
Yeah, there's so many volunteer opportunities this month. I encourage everybody to check, all of the nonprofits in your area out. I'm looking at Love Your Park Weekend, Fall Edition. It's the 14th through the 16th this month, and over 100 Philly parks are participating, and they need volunteers to tend to the gardens, the flower beds, trees, and just get the parks ready for the winter season. So, if you've got some time that weekend, you can go on loveyourpark.org website, and they have all of the participating parks listed, and you can register to sign up for a couple of hours. Every park has different hours that they're doing it, and every park has different needs, so you want to check it out and see what places in your area might need a little help with. They also pick one park every every season to highlight that needs maybe a little extra love, or they just want some extra hands out there. This month, it's Gorgas Park out in Roxborough. So go show Gorgas some love.
That's great, Abby. That's, the Philly Parks Department does what they can, but we only put like 1.5% of the city budget to Parks and Rec. So it really does require the community to support these public spaces, these shared public spaces. My big civic engagement of the month is maybe what all of you guys are doing too. Election Day. Election Day is Tuesday. I just wanted to remind folks of that. We're voting on district attorney. That's the biggest local Philly city race. It's also city controller. And the race that's getting the most attention is judicial retention. Specifically, 3 state Supreme Court justices are up. We can decide whether they get another 10-year term or not. Really important election with massive, actually national implications. So if you want to know more about that, we have a guide on what to expect from the election, both at philly.citycast.fm that Siani put together. And you can listen to our Friday news roundup from October 31st for our show all about the election. And if you want to know what happened in the election, listen to our show the day after Election Day, November 5th, where we will bring you the latest on the results. And go out and vote, everybody.
Yeah, go out and vote. Okay, so earlier in the episode, we talked about all these amazing like food events, food activities, fancy, luxurious restaurants. But I really want us to also think about those who might be food insecure. And I took a look, and Vetri Community Partnership, which is an organization we featured here on CityCast Philly. We did an episode about them. They're a nonprofit organization that provides nutritional education through cooking. They are going to be doing their annual turkey giveaway. They are supporting 150 families this Thanksgiving. Our neighbors in North Philly, they're giving complete meal kits, including a turkey, side dishes, and cooking tools. They're doing that on Saturday, November 22nd. And they're looking for donations as well. So check out Vetri Community Partnership to find out how you can get involved. They also have Cooking for Heart Health classes. This is a free 4-class series focused on recipes involving our heart health. There's also going to be an opportunity to share the meal that you cook after each class. And if you complete all 4 classes, you can get a $25 grocery gift card. And classes begin November 3rd at 10:30 a.m. and run every Monday through November 24th. Speaking of traditions, my friends and I, we used to volunteer on Thanksgiving Day. We would pick a organization that we wanted to support that day, because we had time in the morning before we, ended up meeting up with our own individual families. And I just want to shout out some other places to volunteer on Thanksgiving Day, like Operation Turkey, Manna. And one of my favorite Thanksgiving Day volunteering events is linking up with Alpha Arms, which is the Omicron Delta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. They host their annual Day of Service at Columbia North YMCA on Broad Street.
Thanks for all those resources, Trinae. And it's important to always remember helping those in hunger beyond just Thanksgiving. As we know, food is on the top of mind, and food access becoming harder due to different policy changes recently. And I think one thing I'd really like to make a continued effort is helping fill the community fridges. I used to do that a lot back when the Coral Street fridge was still in Kensington. So just finding a fridge near you, South Philly community fridge, Germantown fridge, People's Fridge on 52nd in West Philly is making a comeback. They just got a new warehouse space. And these different community resources have been seeing some quicker shortages because so many people are in need. So we have guides to food pantries and community fridges on our site if you're looking for places to donate or if you're in need of that resource. And I'll continue to share different food resources and volunteer opportunities in our newsletter. So keep an eye out.
That's awesome. All right, November is going to be a great month in Philly. Thank you, Siani, Abby, and Matt. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Stay warm, everyone.
That's all for us here on CityCast Philly. If you enjoyed this episode about things to do in the city this November, you gotta share this episode in the group chat and make those reservations and make sure you're giving back in some way for others in need. Also, rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter, Hey Philly, to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. And don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Philly neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye. I don't know, Abby. I don't know. I would recommend Abby's lemon bars.
Oh.
Ooh.
I know it's not in season, but Abby does a good lemon bar.
I could switch it up. I could make it a rosemary crust with a grapefruit curd instead of the lemon. So
Thank you. That is exactly what I needed.